Another one of my road dogs came here. This is one of my go-to guys. Because I don't always feel like doing this. And every once in a while, I got to call somebody, listen, the show must go on. But I don't feel like doing it. I'm sick. And I'm so grateful for this next recipient. Because when it comes to style, class, and excellence, no one exemplifies that like our next recipient. He's a counselor. I got to talk to him sometimes. He's one of the most prolific poets in the DMV.
That's right.
He is. He's also the host of the Blues Alley. Y'all need to go up there and check him out. So, coming to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, is my go-to guy by the name of Mr. Seth Washington, the voice. Would you please
I love you, Seth.
Mr. Washington. Mr. Washington, this award is presented to you for your dedication and commitment to the success of Raising the Bottom Productions and the variety show as Best Master of Ceremonies and Show Host, presented to Seth Washington, The Voice, October 29, 2022.
Good evening. How's everybody doing? All right. What an honor it is to be recognized by your friends, as well as your peers in the industry. And Tobal, this is awesome, man. Thank you, brother. Give that brother a round of applause because yes, he's been touching the community in such a beautiful way. So many of our distinguished spoken word artists have stood at Tobal's microphone at the various iterations that he has had of the variety show in the various locations, and truly he creates, as many of the great hosts in the DMV do, creates a safe space for us to share our art and to practice our gifts. And so what he does is very important, and so brother, I want to thank you very much for that. And man, this is cool, you know. Mama gonna be proud to see this, you know. So yeah, man, this is awesome. Anytime we have a chance to step to the mic and to have a moment to present, it's such a privilege, and I don't take it lightly. When I was a kid, I got trained up at being at the microphone in church, and for many people, church has been a great training ground for public speaking. It's where you get your opportunity to come before the people on purpose, with a purpose, and you got to do it the right way too, right? They're not going to have you up there before the folks half-stepping, and if you do half-step, they're going to let you know, right? There'll be some correction, as they say, and these are good things. And so I keep these things in mind, that there is a standard that we all must uphold. And it's very important today to uphold these standards, because the envelope has been pushed far and wide. And there was a time that many of you can recall that the standards of behavior that were enforced at home, there was echoes of them when you stepped out into the street. There were echoes of that standard. Am I right? Yeah. And now we don't feel those echoes as much, as prevalently, as loudly as we did before, you see. And so there are kids and young people being raised in the environment where they don't have those echoes. And so for those of us who understand those vibrations, we can't be shy about letting them reverberate from us. This is our job. We can't just walk around and say, oh, these kids.
Come on.
We can't just walk around and say, look at this generation. The cell phone towers have repeaters. So when you make a call, it bounces off of those repeaters. We are the repeaters of the standards of our parents and our grandparents. So if we're in a situation where the standard is not being reflected, we need to be repeating. And we need to establish a way that we can do that wherever we go. And it takes some effort to develop your style that can be effective in doing that. And courage. Please, I admonish you to practice. Seek out how you're going to let that standard that raised you up, that raised you from the bottom, how you're going to let it be a part of your walk. And if that's okay, and if you're in agreement with that, somebody say, that's all right.
That's all right.
Somebody say, I will.
I will.
Somebody say, I do.
I do.
Yeah. Somebody say, yes.
Yes.
These are real things that make differences. Everybody here is a difference maker. Every one of us who has a voice is a spoken word artist. That's the one thing that we share in common with the Creator. We all have the ability to say, let there be light. So let it be. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.